Howdy folks, welcome back to 50 Nautical Mile Arc. Today we're in Cuba again. I say again because about a year and a half ago, I had a subscriber request to do a flight from José Martí International Airport in Havana, Cuba, across the puddle to Nueva Gerona. And I did that flight. We did it during the day. I think we did in the Beach 1900D. But I wanted to do it again at night. And I was going to do it right away after that at night. But I never really got around to it because I wanted to fly some other places. But here we are, finally, doing the same flight we did before at night. And not dusk, not dawn, but actually night. It's 8 p.m. in the sim, which right now is pitch black, as you can tell. And just enjoying the scenery and the night lighting. We haven't seen actual night lighting like this in a long time. Because, again, we've been doing dusk and dawn flights, not night flights. Now, we are using the FlyJSim 727-100. And it's kind of a big aircraft for this short flight. It's only 71 nautical mile flight. But I wanted to use this jet anyway. Just because it's been a while since I've flown this thing. And this is still the version 2 of this aircraft though. At the time of this recording, the 732 twin jet version 3 is moments away from being released. But this is the 727, which I will be hanging out in Jack's streams on Twitch and watching him work on this thing, the version 3 of this thing. And I will be the first in line to buy it. And once version 3 is released, I'll try to do videos as quickly as possible and get it uploaded for everybody. But videos take time because this is not my full-time job. This isn't even my part-time job. This is my hobby job. So I have other priorities. But I will get the version 3 of this aircraft as soon as it's released and get a video up as soon as I can. But for today, this is still version 2. I have it all lit up inside. I have external power hooked up and then turn on the battery and have all the cockpit's lights on because I wanted to play with the cockpit lights because people are complaining that the lighting isn't working inside the cockpit. But if we climb inside, it's working perfectly fine. It's lit up like daytime in here. So I'm not sure what the complaint is. But anyway, let's turn down some of these lights because this is kind of ridiculous. Whoop, I have my flashlight on. Let's turn off the fluorescent light first of all. There we go. That's the biggie. And we don't need white and red turned on. Actually, let's bring both those down a little bit. So overhead panel can come down a little bit. That can come down a little. That a little. Let's just turn most of them down about halfway. Map lights we don't need at all right now. So let's turn all those off, including that one. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And let's do that there. And now it looks like this. A little heavy on the red side, I guess. Was the red this one? I can't see from this far what that is. Oh, anyway, doesn't really matter. There we go. That was white. This is red. Still gonna be kind of red, I guess. Whoa, whoa! It's like 5 seconds behind me. You see that? That's really strange. It's like behind what I'm actually doing. Oh well. Then over here we got the flashing light on. We can turn the fluorescent light off. There, we'll just keep it like this. Interesting. I'm not a huge fan of the red, but it does reduce glare. That's why you have a red flashlight in FlyJSim, although I use the white one. Alrighty, so there we are. First thing we got to do though, get our passengers and fuel, which I already did off camera just because I cut down the passengers, cut down the cargo. And I put our fuel to 226, even though it's 71 nautical mile flight, because if I miss, we are going to have to go around and around. And I forgot to tell you what we're doing, didn't I? We are going to do the NBD Zulu approach at our destination, which you can get from the beginning of the video on the bottom third there. But it's Rafael Cabrera Mustelier Airport in Nueva Gerona, Isla de la Juventud, Cuba. That's where we're landing. I've never done an NDB approach before. Yet I'm going to try it for the first time in a very fast-moving, slow maneuvering jet. Probably not the way to practice this, but we're going to practice it together. We're going to do this for the first time together. That is the point of this channel, to learn together. I'm not a professional simmer by any means. I don't claim to be. I'm just learning simulation for real. I say that because I've been doing flight simulators for like 20 years. Did not take it seriously until X-Plane 10.5. But I'm taking it very seriously now and we're learning together. So we are going to do an NDB approach together for the first time in a fast-moving, slow-maneuvering jet. And we'll see how this goes. So anyway, back to what we were doing. passenger's fuel cargo is set. I already have the battery on. I turned it on early because if I had it off, you can't see anything. So let's go back to the APU now and get that started. What's my APU preset? I have brand new presets for all these things, which I have to redo once again. Version 3 is released, but let's just enjoy the moment and enjoy the present. Alright, so we're going to trip this thing. Trippy. Then we're going to start it up. Start all the way. Thank you. Alright, that's stabilized, so we can do field and generators to close, like so. While we're down here, let's test our lights. I've never tested those before, but let's do it since we can. Perfect. Everything is working. Now what are we going to do? Come back up here to our external power off, and it is automatically. Alright, now we're going to get some lighting going here. Let's see, strobe and nav right now. Actually, I'm going to do all these for now. And that's, oh, that's where that red is coming from. There we go. But we can hit white and get our dome, or white dome light. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I don't fly this at night. I haven't done the lights in ages. Alright, what is next? No smoking and seatbelt signs are here. Like so. Emergency armed. Where is that thing? That's down here now, I think. There we go. Stall warning is up here somewhere. Definitely don't want to hear that. If you do, it's too late. You'll be in a deep stall. And why does it say heater off? Huh, anyway. Alrighty, what is next? Window heat on. We will probably need that. APU bleed. 2 switches here. And make sure the cooling doors are open, and they are. Disconnect the GPU and air cart, and if I've done this correctly, everything will stay running. So far, so good. DC meters to ESSTR. Gas per fan is on. Right AC pack is on. All of this that I've done, though, should all be done before boarding. Alright, air pressure, cruise. Oh my gosh, we're only gonna make it to like 12,000 feet, I think. This is gonna be the fastest puddle jump you've ever seen. Let's do 14 just in case. 90 in altitude, yeah, that's about right. Alright, ground on the switch, and it is. Okay, flight plan. Flight plan. There is kind of a flight plan. We are going to depart VOR 116.1. Like so, 116.1. We're going to depart that at 228 degrees. So 228 degrees. That. Nice. Okay. And then we're going to fly until our ADF. Notice I said ADF. ADF2 is 90 degrees off at 130. I'll talk about that in a second. So what is your ADF? Where's my chart? That tells you my ADF. ADF 412. Let's see. I've never used ADF in here. Let's see if I can figure out where that click spot is. It's on the side. 412, and then the other ADF we need, other NDB, I'm sorry, is 278. Okay, so our second one is going to be in the first slot, so that over here we can use it over here. So second one is in the first slot. It's already picking it up. Are you serious? Oh, I don't even need my VOR. Nice. And then the first one, we're not picking up, or we're picking up the first one in the second slot. We're not picking up the second one though, so we'll just keep that on VOR for now. Okay, so yeah, it's already picking up. So just to double check, 412, fly towards that, approach that at 100 and what did I say it was 130 degrees, and then we make a sharp left 52 degrees to approach the other one, and by then runway should be in sight, and we shouldn't really need the second NDB. That's all that's going to be. So that is all the flight plan is. Let's get our altitude in here. I don't know what it's going to be. It's at 12,000 maybe if we're lucky. We might even get out. Well, we'll use autopilot a little bit. That's our flight plan. That's so simple. Leave at 228 from the airport. Approach the first NDB at 130 degrees. Turn left to 52. And hope for the best. We want to be at 2,200 feet when we reach the first NDB. We want to be at 2,500 when we turn towards the NDB. So hopefully I can remember that. Alright, where does that bring us? I do have real world weather turned on, by the way. It's clear skies and it's favorable flying conditions. So we are using real world weather. And that's not what I meant. I want to click on the airport and get a barometer. 3003. So wind is 160 at 6. We're going to take off at whatever runway 6, I think. We only have 2 choices. 6 variable, super easy. 3003, that's the number we care about right now. Let's zoom in here. And 3003. It's way back. Like so. Alright, simple enough. Let's close with the stairs out back, which we can't even really see anyway. Oh yeah, we can kind of see them if we go over here. Move my mouse out of the way, that's annoying. Shift F1, we'll close those stairs. And there they go. What is next? Come back inside. 8 fuel pumps, turn them all on. Just like that. Piece of cake. Close the cooling doors, which takes a while, so thankfully I can edit the time. Just like that, so they're closed. Turn off the AC pack. We can start this. All bleed valves open. And the ground crew button, which is going away in version 3, I was told by Jack himself. I'm kind of disappointed because I love this thing. This is where you do your taxi. So we are going to actually taxi out behind us. So let's see, let's get this calculated here. So essentially we have to turn all the way around, so let's turn on the ghost. And we want to do right. And we want to back up. Well, back up is adding time. Actually, we want to back up that way. Is that going to work? That's maximum. Is that going to work? Yeah, that'll be good enough. Alright, so we release parking brake. And then we hit auto. And then it starts to push back for us. I call it taxi. I meant push back. Alright, where are we? Here we go. Begin pushback. Let's get the engine started. Let's do 231 today, so we'll switch that to ground. And when it gets to 25, we will engage fuel. And fuel in. And we should really watch it stabilize, and we should watch the pressure light go out, but for the interest of time, we're just going to come up and do the next engine. So let's close that cover, put that down there, come down here. When it gets to 25 on the RPM, we'll engage fuel for engine 3. And there's 25, engine 3. Come back up here, close the cover. Ground, just close cover right away. And come back down. And when that's 25, we will do engine 1. Fuel for engine 1. And come down. And fuel for engine 1. And we're still doing our pushback. Very nice. Lots of lights on that side. Ooh, kind of bumpy. What's going on here? Alrighty, well, we're in the way of traffic, just like we were in the other video. That's hilarious. Alrighty, next on the checklist, hydraulic A and B on. This is for flaps, nose wheel. You cannot taxi or push back if hydraulic B is on, by the way. Close the 3 generator ties. How come I can't remember where that is? Here we go. Close all of these. Galley power on. Where's galley power? There it is. Turn on all AC packs, or both AC packs, I should say. Cargo heat to normal. Essential powers to generator. Doesn't say which one. AC meters bus tie already is. Make sure there are no lights on the panel. And there are not. So let's turn this down because this is kind of ridiculously bright and it doesn't need to be. There we go. In fact, turn that down even more. There we go. Alright, fuel heat should be off, and it automatically is. And anti-ice. Where's your anti-ice? Wing. I'm not going to worry about anti-ice. I never usually do anyway. Let's turn off hot heats, though. Let's come back and trip the APU. And turn that thing off, and it'll wind down. Scary sound, but everything's running. Come over here. Pressure from ground to flight, so I'll start building cabin pressure. Temp control. Let's do auto. Let's just keep it at auto for temp. I'm not worried about the temp. Gas per fan can come off. APU bleed to off. Check our reference speeds. So, V-card. Alright, 20 flaps, which is not there. It's here. 20 flaps, just below 3 o'clock. And we'll worry about landing when it's time. Alright, rotate 101. We're super light today. Whoops, not checklist, V-card. Super light today, so the first flag is rotate. Alright, what is next? Weather display. Turn this on like this. Alright. Not much to see there. Taxi license, come on now. There we go. And nav wing strobe we already did. Rejected takeoff on the auto brakes. Alright, we'll start the taxi now. Let's start getting flaps down. We're just going to the left, right? Yeah, we're just going to follow the blue lines all the way under the runway. Simple as that. Let's release parking brake. And we should start to roll without much effort. I think. There we go. That took a lot to get going, but we did it. Keep the flaps coming down. Look out, everybody. Big lit up airplane coming through. Alright, a short taxi, and we're about ready to turn out of the runway, but we have a few things to do before we take off, like normal. I'm curious how this normal braking works on this aircraft, and it does work pretty well. Good. First time I've done that. I'm using my outside view here because my taxi view keeps going crazy when you step on the brakes. So we are clear to go out onto the runway. That was a really bad way of doing that, but let's just hop inside here and finish this up. And then we'll take off and do a quick little flight. So here we go. Let's line up like so. And there we go. And set the parking brake. Alright, first of all, we need to turn off this dome light because we cannot fly with that thing on. So now our gauges look like this. In fact, that's kind of on the high side too. Well, that one we can keep on. I meant this one, I think. Yeah, let's turn that one down a little bit. Get that one turned down. There we go. That looks better. We'll play with it a little bit. It's still a little bright, but I'll mess with it. So what do we need to do? We're at the end of the runway. Confirm flaps are down. 20 they are. Landing lights can come on. I've been told you keep the taxi lights on. I'm not sure if that's actually true, but that's what I've been told. So that's what I have set. Ooh, that's kind of cool. What does that do? Oh, yeah, okay. Let's not do that right now. Alright. Landing lights on. Check flaps. Trim in the green band, which I can't see a green band. Oh, this way. Actually, I think if you click on the green band, it does automatically. Yeah, there you go. Okay. And, we are set. That's it. Simple as that. Now, I wanted to do a few things, though. Let's set this to runway heading so I can engage autopilot right away, and we'll use heading. It is picking up the VOR. It's behind us, so we need to make a U-turn. And then we'll follow that 228 out, and we will engage ADF. Oh, boy. Okay. I haven't done much of this with autopilot and stuff yet. It's been a while. Let's release the brakes, or parking brakes, spool up. Let's see how this goes. And in this airplane, in this version, in this model, you take off at 97%, not 100%. Let's bring them back a little bit. That should be good there. Good enough, 97.5. Let's stay on the runway. We do have a perpendicular crosswind, by the way, as you can tell, because it's blown us to the left. Alright, here we go. No effort to bring this thing. Wow. Okay, no effort at all to lift up. Gear and flaps coming in. There we go. I do not have autopilot engaged, believe it or not. Not right now. I'm going to hand fly a little bit. Which I know you all, your minds are blown. I normally have autopilot engaged as soon as the gear comes up. Let's just hand fly a little. Alright, let's bring back throttles already. 92. So we don't blow up. Whoop, that's like 88. Right, here we go. Let's just let this thing do its thing for a minute. Once we have it under control, we'll turn around. There's 92, close enough. Alright. Because it's such a short flight and we're going right over there, let's turn it around to the left. Make like a left pattern. And then we will we'll connect with our VOR. So here we go, let's bring that around. Let's bring for our vertical speed to like 200. I guess we're going all the way around. Let's go all the way around. There we go. Just keep flying by hand. I'm waiting to get our speed up, and then I'll engage autopilot. This is pretty cool. This thing is so easy to fly. Alright, we're about at 200 knots, or 200, yeah, 200 knots. When we get 200 knots, I'll engage autopilot, like I said. I really want to look around. That's why I want to get autopilot engaged. Bring the nose down just a hair to increase that speed. Our throttles are just fine. And engage autopilot. There we go. Relatively smooth handoff. Let's keep the heading bug over here so we can intercept this VOR. Let's look outside briefly while we can. Very nice. See, you can see a lot of the island of Cuba. Look at that. Alright, but we have to fly a plane. Let's hop down here and let's see what we're looking at. Not moving yet. Let's go down here. Let's do, I can't see. Alt select. And I can't see in the dark here. Heading select for now. And let's do nav lock. That should take care of it. Okay, I'm tricking the airplane. I'm confusing it. There we go. Now it should turn to the right, because we just blew right through our VOR. Okay, that wasn't as smooth as it could have been, but when you don't practice, and it's been a long time, it's kind of tough, but no excuses. If we look down here, though, VOR lock is blue, so that means it's going to pick up the VOR now. So the heading bug is not going to engage. And how did our speed get so high? Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. IS hold, come back, slow down. Alright, we're at 12,000 feet already. Let's turn off landing lights. Even though it's such a short flight, we should probably keep them on, but keep those on. This can go to disarm. This can, whoop, what am I looking for? This, go to off. They're pretty much cleaned up. We got to watch our speed. We're flying so low that our speed is going to go crazy right now. But otherwise, we're locked on the VOR. We're locked on altitude. We're just going to control our speed with throttles. That's pretty much it. So this double arrow is our ADF. When that spins around so that we would approach that at 130 degrees, then we'll turn left. Like I said, we have to be at 2,000... What was it? 2,200 at that NDB or the ADF when we get there. But we're going to have to be mindful of our speed and altitude before we get there. It's going to be very short. Let's hop outside and I'll just tell you what I'm talking about. Because I know we're really low, but there's the main island of Cuba there. And then there's the shoreline. And then as soon as we get past these clouds, we'll see the other land. So we're not going to fly too high. There we go. A lot of airports. That's about it. I'm just going to sit here and navigate these instruments and see what I can do with a fast airplane in a short amount of time. It's actually quite difficult because there's a lot going on, a lot to manage, and we got to descend very quickly. So a few looks outside, not much to see. But I'll catch you as soon as we got to intercept this NDB. I just wanted to show you on the map what we're doing. We might as well. So we took off from here. We did our turnaround, following the VOR. Here's our NDB. So when we intercept 130 radio going in, we'll make about a 9. Well, we won't quite make it a 90 degree. I'll soften the turn a little bit, but basically we're coming out here, turning left to the NDB, and then airport right there. So this is our first NDB, 52 degrees to our second NDB, and then land. You might be asking, why aren't we going directly across like this? And the reason is because we are in a very fast jet that's very slow to maneuver, and if I were to come straight down like this, there's no way we could come in here and make this U-turn, because we'd come out here, swing out, and then not have a good approach. There's no way to do it. Now, when we did in the Beechcraft, that's exactly what we did, because we could turn around this little area. But in this big plane, I mean, look how much space it took to turn around here. So I will soften the turn a little bit, but the published approach is to intercept at 130. So that's what you want to do, and that's how we're going to do it. So you can see why we're only at 12,000 feet. We have to start coming down pretty soon already. It's only been like 3 minutes or something, because we have to be at 2,200. So there you go. As you can see, we're almost ready to make the turn. So that's what we're going to do in a moment, and I'll catch you then. Alright, it's time to turn towards the south, so we'll set that to 180, then we'll come down here and engage heading hold, which I can't see. There it is. And now we have to start coming down, because we're at 12,000 feet, and we have to get down to 2,200. So let's bring this down just below that. Let's bring this down to 2,000, and by then we'll be taking over manually. So we need to slow way down. Speed limit 250 max. In fact, let's set it to 200. But we are not going to engage IAS yet, because it'll just point straight up to slow us down. So we're going to let it slow down manually. And this is where people complain that it takes spoilers to get this thing to slow down, because the drag is, there's not enough drag. So let's actually bring spoilers out a minute to slow us way down. And then we got to keep an eye on our ADF, because it's at 145 now. When it gets to 130, we got to turn towards this. We got to keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on our speed. It's dark, nothing to see anyway, except, is that an AI aircraft or is that an airport? What is that? Oh, it's a ship. Nice. We're not going to land on that. But there's a ship there. Alright, we're at 144. We'll have to get ready to turn towards it. There's our airport right there, actually. See how close we are? So that's what I'm talking about. We are very close, very short flight. Alright, let's bring spoilers in now. Well, other way. And now we can engage IAS hold and arm altitude. So that brings us down to 2,000 feet at 200 knots. The reason I'm doing 200 knots is we have room to slow down and get flaps and geared out very soon. And we will use our throttle to control our descent rate, which right now is like barely 500. So we'll start engaging throttles a little bit more. Have a look outside, see if we can see land yet, which we should be able to. Well, I guess there aren't enough city lights to light up the land, but we can see our airport. We just got to get there safely. So descent 600 feet per minute. What else do we need to do? Where is my descent checklist? Oh yes, we need the barometer of the descending airport. So see how we're doing this? We're coming kind of to the south, and then we'll, when that gets to 130, we'll go there. But anyway, let's click here, And it is 3001. We'll just do that because that's kind of fun to look at. Come down here, 3001. Let's see, can we go one at a time? There we go. 200 knots for now. Let's do our landing lights now as well. Turn everything on. Auto brakes to max because I don't know how long or short the runway is. And what else? Let's see here. Arm spoilers, which we might need them, but we'll arm them anyway. They're already armed, I guess. So we have our barometer, altimeter set, landing lights turn off, lights, taxi lights, auto brakes are armed, spoilers are armed. Too early for flaps, too early for gear. Look at our VREF though. 111 at 30 flaps. 111, 30 flaps. 30 flaps is about the 5 o'clock position. And we're still only descending at 700 feet per minute. When we at 11,000, we have to come down. Oh, it's time to turn. We have to come down to 2,200. So we need to, okay, we're a little behind here. So let's overshoot and then come back a little. You can see there's 130 towards your NDB. And let's, actually we can turn our ADF on for the other one too. No, it doesn't pick it up yet, okay. And we're about there, so let's come back right now, stop. And what I'm doing is, I'm overshot, so we can go back to 130, and we're at 131. So that'll be okay. There we go. Now there's no DME, so we'll just have to watch for that to get really, really, really sensitive, and when it does, we know it's time to turn. In fact, there's the airport right there, so just come back this way, account for the wind. That's the other thing, you gotta track for your wind. Tracking and heading are two different things. Tracking is the way you're going, heading is the way you're facing. That's why when we're doing the VOR thing, we'll be heading this way, but the VOR is off to the side. Alright, so anyway, we need to get gear and flaps down very soon. We're at 10,000 feet, we're not going to come down fast enough, because we need to be at 2,200 in a very brief amount of time. So we are just going to have spoilers out, and that's what people are talking about, where there's not enough drag on this thing. In real life, you shouldn't need spoilers to do a basic descent, but in this aircraft you do. Anyway, it's giving us some problems too, isn't it? Otherwise, there's land, there's our airport, so it's just a matter of gear down, flaps down when it's appropriate. And we'll just use that heading bug. And then we'll, oh, there are the VOR NDB got picked up finally. Well, that's the VOR. I want to pick up that other NDB. I don't have to change it to this, do I? No, shouldn't need to. Those should always be engaged. Interesting. Oh well. We'll just keep going this way. We're at what, 7,700. Still at 200 knots. Now let's bring spoilers in. And arm them as well. IS hold still. And what'll happen as soon as we get to 2,200, the IS hold will kick off. So look at that. I still don't have throttles engaged. Oh my gosh. We're still not losing anything. Spoilers back out. Spoilers back out. We're still not losing any altitude with spoilers in and no throttle. We'll do spoilers halfway. How about that? Man, oh man. More spoilers. This is crazy. I understand the complaints now. Was that the Big Dipper? That's not the Big Dipper. What is that constellation? Huh. Very cool, though, whatever it is. There we go, 2,200. We should slow down now. We are. There we go now. Can we bring spoilers in? Because we want to level off anyway. Let's get gear down. And flaps are going to go all the way down to the 5 o'clock position. Let's get first set of flaps. Do a little bit of throttle. What do we want to land at? 111, right? 111. And that's what that first is. 111 plus 5 plus gusts. So winds were 6. Didn't say the gusts, so 5. Let's do 111 plus 11 is 122. So about 120 or so. And we're about to go past our ADF or NDB, but we're not ready to turn yet. But then we want to turn to 52 degrees. So 52 degrees is right about, well, where that is. Let's turn this to 52 actually. Then we'll be able to line it up. 600. There we go. Now we can line up the whatchamacallit with that. Line up the heading bug. Oh yeah, let's get those flaps out. There we go. Nice. And 2 more sets of flaps, and we'll make our turn. Why are we sailing in the clouds? We need almost full throttle to get this thing under control, man. With this many flaps, this dirty. Alright, let's start our turn in. Like so. And start coming down. Watch our speed is getting kind of low here. And that's with throttles almost full. But we are completely dirty. There's the airport. Let's kill autopilot. We gotta start coming down. We're way too high. We're at the altitude it said though. 2200 at the NDB. We just went around the NDB. There we go. Bring back the throttles now that we got over that big old hump of flaps. Because when you take flaps out, you float. And spoilers are in, right? Spoilers are in. And armed. Yeah, okay. Alright, here we go. You still never picked up that other NDB. Look at it's still not on. Look at it's still not on here. Look at that. Oh, there it is. Nope, still isn't picked up. That's the other one. Alright, let's just forget. I mean, we would technically be visual now anyways. Let's just go visual because playing with little switches is not helping our cause. So here we go. Bringing it in manually. Flaps down, or flaps out, gear down, lights on. We know our speed. We're a little fast for approach speed, but I kind of want to get going here. Weird. So yeah, we'll just... Well, we're leaving our NDB exactly right. Look at that, 52. So wind is from the right. So right wing down, left rudder. Right main should touch first. Hold it off. Alright, here we go. Throttle for descent rate. Pitch for speed. Now we're getting blown left again. This is a lot windier than I thought it was going to be. Holy moly. Okay, now we're left. Keep our speed up. Pitch down for speed. Keep our speed up here. We're a little slow. Alright, sorry about the weird edit, but my sick kid was calling me as I was trying to land, so I had to pause the sim and regroup. And let's see how this goes here. Oh my gosh, it's hard to pause the sim and take over. What do you mean sync rate? Alright, here we go. Here we go. A little slow, but we'll be okay. Right. Oh, that was a little rougher than I thought. There we go. We didn't slam the nose wheel though. And it was crosswind, but... Oh well. I didn't want to ignore my kid. I should have though. I should have just ignored him and landed and then talked to him, but whatever. Okay, that's what happens when you're babysitting your own children. Which is fine. Kids come first. But it kind of screwed up my landing. But anyway, here we are. Let's slow down here a little bit. Gears or flaps are coming in. And I don't know where we're going. Let's see. Let's actually stop a second here and look outside and figure out what we're doing. Let's just turn off there, I guess. I don't see like a turn off model, but we'll find one. There we go. Barely made it, but we made it. Let's just go over here. Turn off our landing lights and our turn off lights. And disarm the brakes. Flaps have all come in. And let's just stop right here, I guess. And parking brake is set. Is this going to be good? Yeah, this will be fine. This looks like a place where trucks come or something, but anyway, let's shut this thing down. All we got to do is turn off our fuel that I can't see. Actually, you know what we should do is turn on our dome light. There we go. Now we can see what we're doing. Turn all that off. That's pretty much it. that we need to do for now anyway. Some of these lights can come off probably. That can come off, that can come off. Let's just leave our logo light and wing lights on. Well, oh shoot, you know what I didn't do first? I didn't connect our ground power. But I should be able to still, right? There we go. Okay, sorry folks, didn't mean to startle you there. Do I have that on my checklist? No, time o'clock, landing lights, auto brake, at gate, external power, yeah, and then turn the fuel off. Whoops. Oh well, that's okay. I was so startled about that landing. Had some crosswind there, and then my child needed assistance, but that's okay, because kids come first. I'm not going to redo the entire flight for that, because that was like an hour or something for me. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed the flight. Welcome to Cuba. I'm not going to try to say the name again. I already butchered it enough, but at least I tried. How are the lights looking here? We started the flight looking at lights. Let's end looking at lights. Quick little puddle jump on the 727. My very first NDB approach. A few autopilot issues in the beginning because I haven't flown this thing in ages. But now that we're cycling through every aircraft, you'll be seeing everything more often. Now that my transcontinental series is over, I'm going through each aircraft one at a time, flight by flight. And then every 8 or 9 aircraft or so, you'll see them repeat because I only have 9 aircraft that I'm using. So there you go. Have any requests? Please request your flights in the comments below. I do take subscriber requests, and subscriber requests do jump to the head of the line of my to-do list. Just keep in mind, flight time has to be less than an hour and a half, or else I won't have time in real life to do it. But I have honored every request so far. I do have a long-haul request pending. I just need to find time to do that long haul. But if it's a short haul, leave a request in the comments and I will fly it as soon as I can. I don't know where we're going next. I think we're going to Austria next. I think. But anyway, this flight is coming to an end. We survived. And I'll catch you on the next one.